With Eclipse, without Eclipse, both I'll cover. See. Now I'll ask questions. Give me answer. With your answers, I'll write the program. Okay. I'll ask questions. Give me answer. With your answers, I'll write the program. Without class, can we develop applications? No. Without class, we cannot develop applications. Okay. Without class, you cannot develop application. See. Without class, developing application is not possible. Without main method, can we execute program under operating system? No. So main method compulsory. So without class, developing applications are not possible. Without class, writing Java program possible because we have a interfaces, we have a enumerations. Writing program possible, but application not possible. Even if you write interface, compulsory or execute program under operating system. That's what main method, open brace, close brace. It is compulsory. Okay. Now, next topic onwards. No main method. Without main method only will write programs. Because already given advanced Java content, what are the topics I'm going to cover in this course? I given 10 topics. Out of 10, only this JDBC you required main method. Next topic onwards, we don't require main method because next further programs what will happen? It will run in server. Server doesn't know main method. If you write a program for server, if you write a main method also, it is no use. Server doesn't know main method. That's what we should not write main method. If you write also, it is not executed in next topic onwards. For this topic required. Okay. Next topic onwards not required. Here these programs, just 1-2 programs I'll teach without Eclipse. Next program onwards in Eclipse only I'll teach. Okay. Advanced Java you have to learn with Eclipse only. Compulsory. But in core Java what will happen? Interaction not possible with Eclipse. That is the reason core Java without Eclipse. Advanced Java onwards you have to learn Eclipse. Without Eclipse, with Eclipse, how much difference will be there? You will understand next topic onwards. But up to JDBC, not much difference. Without Eclipse, with Eclipse, same will be there. Okay. Next topic onwards, lot of difference will be there. Without Eclipse, with Eclipse. Okay. That is solid onwards. Now, yesterday I given library JDBC API. Okay. Now loading driver purpose, establishing connection purpose I given. That is, you see, with that knowledge, give my answer. Okay. Now, steps to develop database application. First step, loading a JDBC driver. For loading a JDBC driver, which method required? Which method? For name. For name method in which class? Class. Class in which package? I given nodes. Say 1 minute. Advanced Java learning style. First, I'll explain task. Okay. Next, I'll explain diagram. Whatever diagram required. Next, steps I'll explain. Okay. For every step, API, Java library, API library. Okay. I'll explain API. Like these 4 I'll explain. Task I'll explain what we are going to do. The task I'll explain. The task related diagram I'll explain. For that, what are the steps are there? Steps I'll explain. After that, for every step, which method required, that method in which class, that class in which package, that information also I'll teach. These 4 You have to listen with more concentration. Next, program. Program with your answers only I'll write. If you don't give answer, I'll stop. That's it. Okay. With your answers only I'll write. But program also myself if I write, what do you do? What purpose you are coming? To improve your programming skills only, no? For writing that program, just core Java knowledge is required. Up to exception handling knowledge. And the library API, myself I'm explaining. That is, if you listen with concentration, you can give answers. It is possible. Okay. Say, today, our task is, we are connecting Java application and Oracle database by using type 2 driver. Okay. Say, these diagrams already taught. Java application. Okay. Java application and Oracle database. We are connecting. We are connecting with type 2 driver. This is our task. Okay. Now, say, Java application and Oracle database, we are going to connect by using type 2 driver. That is our task. Task I explained, diagram I explained, steps I explained. For every step, which method required I explained. If you want, you can see the notes, but give answer. With your answers, I'll write the program. With your answers, I'll write the program. Okay. Now, once again. Now, without class, can we develop application? No. So, class name, open brace, close brace. Without main method, can we execute program under operating system? No. That's what main method, open brace, close brace. Now, what is the first step to develop database application? Loading a specific JDBC driver. Now, for that, which method required? Very few people are giving answer. Which method? For name method. For name method in which class? Class. Class in which package? Java.lang package. Is it required to import? Is it required? No. Why? That is default package. Implicitly imported by system. That's what, no need to import. Okay. Now, for name method, is it accessible? How do you know? Public. Is it instance method or class method? How do you know? Static. Okay. What is the return type of that method? Class. Okay. Class method, how many ways to access? How many ways not recommended? When we have to use directly? Same class. When we have to use class name? Now, for name method in which class? Class. Our class, which class? Can we access directly? No. Then how to access? By using class name. But what is the return type? What we have to write? Class C equal to class dot for name. How many parameters? One type, one parameter. Which type? That's what double quotes. What is that string? Driver class. What is the driver? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. It is a class, driver class. Okay. Say this is this method. Will it throw exception? Which exception? Class not found exception. Class not found exception will be thrown. Class not found exception. Is it checked exception or unchecked exception? Checked exception. Is it compulsory to handle? Yes. If you don't handle, what will happen? Compile time error occurs. How many ways to handle? What are those? Try catch block or throws. Okay. Now, if you want to write user-friendly error message, try catch compulsory. If you don't want to write, throws also possible. Now, two options are there. Whichever you want, you can select. Say, try catch block. Try. After this, catch. Which exception? Class not found exception. Okay. Class not found exception. Something E. Now, here also three methods you can call. ToString method, get message method, print stack trace. ToString, print stack trace, get message. ToString implicitly called. Print stack trace with line number printed. Get message only local message printed. Whichever you want you can use. Suppose for example, system.err.println e. Here implicitly ToString. Okay, like this. This is we written. Now, this is loading a driver. A connection between Java application and Oracle database. For that, what is the method required? You see the notes if you want. If you want, you can see the notes, but you have to give answer. Which method required? Get connection. Get connection method in which class? Driver manager class. Driver manager class in which package? Java.sql. Is it required to import? Yes, compulsory out import. What we have tried? Import java.sql.star. Star meaning all classes, all interfaces. Can I write only driver manager like this? Yes. So you can write star also. You can write one particular class also. Okay. Now, what is that method? Get connection. Is it accessible? How do you know? Public. Is it instance method or class method? How do you know? Static. What is the return type of that method? Connection. What we have to write? Connection. C already is there. We cannot write. Suppose CON. Next. Driver manager dot get connection. How many parameters? 3 which type? String type. Okay, that's what 3 double quotes. Here first string is URL. URL I given. I didn't explain. What we have to write? JDBC colon Oracle colon OCA 8 colon at service ID. Now service ID is set, but service ID didn't explain. 1 minute. Okay, the system changed. 1 minute. Is searching. They actually Oracle is not working in this system. 1 minute. Actually, Oracle initialization, this is coming. Okay. That's okay. Leave it. I'll show you tomorrow. That don't need to worry about that. It takes time. Now see. You observe here JDBC colon Oracle colon OCA 8. Now here URL I given yesterday. See. JDBC colon Oracle colon OCA 8 colon at service ID. At service ID. I given. Okay. Here JDBC is a protocol. It is a protocol. It is a predefined software. It is on software protocol also. We are writing HTTP. That is nothing but on software. Here subprotocol. Subprotocol. It is called logical name. It is logical name. Okay. It is logical name. Service ID. To get service ID, you have to write this SQL query. Note down. First this one, note down. To get service ID, use the following SQL prompt. To get service ID, use the following at SQL prompt. Select star from global underscore name. To get service ID, use the following at SQL prompt. To get service ID, use the following at SQL prompt. Select star from global underscore name. Select star from global underscore name. If you write whatever is comes, that is your right here. Okay. Select a star from global underscore name. Generally, Oracle 2 editions are there. Express edition, enterprise edition. Express edition, XE comes. Enterprise edition, ORCL comes. That is we have to write there. Okay. Now, to get service ID, use the following at SQL prompt. Okay. For now, here, first you have to write in your system this query. Query you have to write. Whatever is comes, that is you have to write. If XE comes, XE write. ORCL comes, ORCL write. If any other comes, other write. Okay. Now, here, these three fixed. This is only you have to check in your system. Protocol, it is sub-protocol. Like we are using every day HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. Like that JDBC protocol, Oracle sub-protocol. This logical name you will understand while teaching type 4 driver. While teaching type 4 driver, what is this you will understand. This service ID at the command SQL prompt, you write select a star from global underscore name. Whatever it comes, that is your write. Okay. Now, so it will working. That is the reason that message coming. That is I'll show you tomorrow. This is actually a system change. Now, concentrate on program today. Add service ID. Suppose XE. For Express edition, XE comes. Suppose username system. Suppose password manager. Manager or tiger while installing whatever is there, that is. Now, what will happen? See, if you write like this. Now, will it throw? Yeah. Will it throw exception? Which exception? SQL exception. So, get connection method throws SQL exception. SQL exception. Okay. SQL exception also you have to handle. Now, this catch block I written for class not found exception. Will it handle SQL exception? No. We have many options. We can write one more catch block. Otherwise, multi catch block. With multi catch block also is there, no? One more option like exception, which is superclass exception. This is you can write. Will it handle SQL exception? Will it handle class not found exception? Yes, it will handle. Because this catch block, what I written, exception. Exception is a super class for all exceptions. All exception. See, whenever exception occurs, automatically object created by JVM. Suppose new SQL exception. New SQL exception occurred. Then object created. This object passed to this catch block. If exception occurs, then what will be happen here? Exception equal to new SQL exception. Like this it becomes. Now, in these two, which is superclass, which is subclass? Exception is superclass, subclass. Is it valid? How it is valid? No. Actually, which class object created by JVM? SQL exception. That is assigned which class? How it is valid? Upcasting. Subclass object or subclass reference if into a class. That concept is called upcasting. Upcasting done by system implicitly. Upcasting always valid. But if you want to do downcasting, what we record? These all core Java, not Adv Java. If you want to do downcasting, reverse, what we have to do? Explicit type conversion required as well as upcasting required. Reverse, say, you observe here, suppose it is A class, it is B class. Here it's a class, it is B class. Now which is super class here? A class is super class. B is a subclass. Okay. Now here A OB equal to new B. Is it valid? Yes or no? Which class object created? B class object created. B class object assigned A class reference. So it is B class object assigned to A class. This is called upcasting. Okay. This is upcasting. It is always valid. Upcasting done by system implicitly. Upcasting always valid. Okay. Suppose I'll write like this. B OB equal to new A. Is it valid? It is not valid. It is downcasting. So like this. Down. A assigned to B. It is downcasting. But if you want to do downcasting, there are two rules. You studied or not? Yes, sir. Which object-oriented principle? Encapsulate, abstract. Inheritance. Working
Recording
like a
in
class
progress.
Polymorphism. Polymorphism requires inheritance. Inheritance also is there. But polymorphism principle. Okay. Upcasting, downcasting, overloading, overriding, these all comes under polymorphism. But if you want to do these all, inheritance required. Okay. Here actually you observe in this class, which class object created? B class. B class object created. Assigned to which class? With this A class reference, can we access B members? Can we access? No, you cannot access. Only A members you can access. And overriding methods you can access. Because those all belongs to A. Now actually B object created, it is working like A. That is polymorphism. Okay. Upcasting, downcasting comes under polymorphism. Okay. But requires inheritance. Now, in this line, not valid. Because in a object, B members are present? No. In a B object, A members are present? Yes. That's what valid. In a subclass object, superclass members are present. In a subclass object, superclass members are present. That's what upcasting always valid. But in superclass object, subclass members not present. That's what this is not valid. But if you want to make it valid, what we require to do downcasting. Only typecasting, is it possible? No, it requires upcasting, it requires typecasting. Two concepts you have to observe. See, here, A OB1 equal to new B. It is upcasting or downcasting? Upcasting. B OB2 equal to, in the brackets, B OB1. This is valid. It is valid upcasting. It is valid downcasting. So downcasting requires upcasting. It is the most important topic. In core Java, 2 sessions you learn. Only upcasting, downcasting, 2 sessions. Like, because in not only exception handling, every topic upcasting, downcasting. Further, many places comes. But what students are doing is, object is there, everything valid. That is only they remembered. Object is there, everything, how it is valid? With upcasting feature only valid. Okay. So, if you want to do downcasting, first of all, you have to check upcasting is there or not. If upcasting is there, then again you have to see explicit type conversion is there or not. If it is there, then only valid downcasting. So, here, this is valid upcasting, valid casting. This is valid downcasting. This is valid downcasting. Okay. Here, first what will happen? B object assigned to A class, up, valid. Later A reference assigned to B, it is down with explicit type conversion, valid. That is downcasting. So you remember, downcasting needs upcasting. Downcasting needs upcasting. Further, many places this concept comes. Many places. Every program up, down appears. Okay. Here, B class object or B class reference, if you assign to A class, that concept is called upcasting. Upcasting done by system implicitly. Upcasting always valid. Always valid. Suppose we're doing reverse. If you want to assign A class reference or A class object to B class, you have to check up is there or not. Up is there. Explicitly is there or not. It is there. Then valid. Otherwise not valid. These points you have to remember. Okay. These points most important. See, that is only happening here. Here, this exception class. Suppose this catch block, will it handle SQL exception? Will it handle class not found exception? Any exception handled, because exception is a super class. So super class, base class, derived class, these terminologies are there. No, according to Sun Microsystem, super class, subclass you have to call. Generally, parent class, child class people are calling. According to C++, base class also people are calling. Okay, but at last subject is same. Okay, super class, subclass, call it. Other class, derived class, call it. Parent class, child class, you call it. But Sun Microsystem specified concept is so that is recommended. Now, downcasting all valid because memory create both. It depends upon situation. Now, earring exception instead of that is a reason only. Which one? Suppose client will send one object, you will assign, you will receive. That is, you have to convert into your requirement. We'll see in further session, many places comes. Many situations comes. Upcasting, downcasting every day comes. Many places. Say you studied for object O equal to new object. Okay. Now string S equal to new string. Now which is superclass, which is subclass? Object is, string is O equal to S. Valid or not valid? Like this, required further required. So like what we'll do, while doing downcasting, up is there, we can bring the memory forcibly. That is the reason upcasting required. Upcasting compulsory required. And automatically not done, explicitly required. So here O equal to S, if you write, it is valid. S equal to O if you write, not valid. So why do we need castings, all those things actually? You studied primitive type conversions also are there, no? How many are there? 80 data types. How many conversions? 56. 56 type conversions. Studied, no? Out of 56, how many valid? 19. How many done by programmer? 23. 23 you have to do. 19 system will do. Why these conversions? One number comes, the number within the integer range or byte range you should don't know. You can explicitly convert. By default, which type comes? Int type comes. You can assign. Conversion is most important. See, here actually these all remember, you prepare and come better. Primitive type to reference type. Okay. Reference type to 1 minute. First primitive type to primitive type. Primitive type to primitive type. How many primitive data types? Primitive type to primitive type. Then 8 data types. Each data type converting into other data types. 8 into 7. How many conversion? 56. Reference type to reference type. These are only upcasting, downcasting. Okay. See, primitive type to primitive type. Total 8 data types, no? 8 data types. Each data type converting into other 7. Like that, 56. Reference type to reference type. Superclass to subclass, subclass to superclass. Upcasting, downcasting. Now, primitive type to reference type. It is also possible, no? What are this? What is that? Auto boxing. How many? 8. Reference type to primitive type. Auto unboxing. This is auto unboxing. These all how many? 8. So primitive type to primitive type, 56 conversions are there. And reference type to reference type, 2 conversions are there, up and down. Primitive type to reference, auto boxing, 8 conversions. Reference type to primitive type, auto unboxing, 8 conversions. In this 56, how many done by system? 19. How many must be done by programmer? 23. How many not possible? 14. Those all 56. Because it is best example, this one only. Byte A equal to 5. Byte B equal to 3. Byte C equal to A. Will it compile this code snippet? Will it compile? Answer. Byte A equal to byte B equal to 3. Byte C equal to A into B. System dot out dot println C. What? Will it compile or not compile first? See, for example, 1 minute. Your voice is very low, you observe. Okay. That means you are not confident. See, for example, how many ways are there to access class? 4 ways. What are those? See the response. See the response. Sir, are not giving properly. That to lower voice. Very low. Voice is very low. If you are confident, voice comes louder. Confident, your voice descend. That will be happen. In interview also, one interviewer asks a question. Voice is louder means you are confident. Your voice interviewer not understanding means you are confident. Your confidence level also they'll check. Confidence level also important. Sometimes with confidence level also you'll get a job. What they'll think, if I give a chance, he can do it. Like that they'll think, they'll give. With get a job sometimes. Okay. Now, give me answer. Will it compile or not compile? How many will answer not compiles? Online students? Next. How many will answer compiles? You observe, majority people no answer. Majority people no answer. Those who not compile, byte and byte integer. Result is integer. If you assign to byte, it's an error. This is comes under 56. If you multiply, result is integer. Integer you cannot assign to byte. Conversion required. This type of conversion, many situations comes. It's one situation. So byte and byte, if you multiply, result is not byte, integer. Most of the students, what they'll think, that is byte, this is byte, this is byte. 5 into 15, they'll write. 5 into 3, 15, they'll write. It's happening. Software company written like this. If it is 5 into 3, 15, why they'll ask that question? At least they ought to think, no? 5 into 3, 15 means everyone will write, no? There is a error type of question they are asking. At least you have to think, no? Okay. So byte and integer, if you multiply, result byte and byte, if you multiply, integer comes. Byte and character, if you multiply, byte and character. See, your voice is very low, you observe. Byte and character also possible. Multiply, integer only comes. Byte plus byte, integer. Byte plus short, integer. Byte plus int, integer. Byte plus char, integer. Byte plus long, long. Byte plus float, byte plus double, byte plus boolean, error comes. Error comes. Boolean not possible. Error comes. This conversions. Situations, so many are there in real time. Okay. These are 50, 19 done by system. 3 must be done by programmer. 14 error. Here. Upcasting valid. Downcasting must be done by programmer. Here. Auto boxing always valid. Auto unboxing always valid. These all further many places it comes. Many places it comes. Okay. Now here upcasting down even by system better. No? If then worry about typecasting. If all are done by system by programmer, program of burden. Then for every program you have to write type conversion. That is the That's what they given. Exceptions, how many types? 2 types. What? to handle. Why unchecked is not mandatory? Says all are done by system better no? All are unchecked better no? Why two categories? If exception, programmer point of view, no burden. System burden. Every exception memory. Like welcome program all exception when it is communicated. If all are checked exception, welcome program block. Otherwise not possible. So all are done by system point of view burden. If all are done by programmer point of view burden. Responsibilities divided. Some are done by system, some are done by programmer. Only. They give more burden. Observe. System will comes here. That is here you observe. Here exception. Actually for name method is throw SQL exception. Driver get connection method will throw it will because SQL exception the statement becomes like this. New SQL exception. Okay. Now this subclass object. This is superclass reference. Subclass object assigned to this is upcasting. Now here catch block. If you write superclass reference, superclass reference can refer superclass object, subclass object. That is the reason always superclass is preferable. Object is subclass object preferable. Say powerful, subclass object is powerful. Why subclass subclass object contains superclass memory also. A class, B class is subclass. If we create B object, related to A class and B, that's what which is better? B object better. Suppose A reference, B reference. A reference can refer A object also, B object also. Reference is better. A reference better. Reference is A better. Object is B better. Reference object subclass better. While writing references, superclass will be there. While creating object, subclasses will be there. Remember this point. Superclass reference, both superclass object, subclass object can access members. Subclass reference can refer only, but it can both superclass and subclass. These are confusion concepts. Confusion will be there. Definitely there. Confusion question on. Okay. Even they won't ask. Confusion question only, interview question. Now, this program, if you write exception, it can handle exception subclasses. All will be handled. Okay. Now, here, once if the driver is loaded, that memory allocated, that hash code stored in C. Once if the connection is established, memory allocated in a RAM, that hash code stored in con. If connection is not established, if any problem occurred, null will be null. Null is object literal. Okay. Here, if connection, that means established or not established. Established. Suppose system.out.println connection established successfully. Suppose else, right? System.out.println connection not established. Okay, like this are written. Suppose driver problem occurred, then what will be stored in con null? Not equal to null. What will happen? Connection not connection is not established. Some problem occurred. What will be there in the con? Null. Null not equal to null. False. Then connection not established. Suppose connection is established. Here what will be there? Hash code. Hash code not equal to null or false. But what will be happen here? If connection is not established, control jumps to catch block. That else block is not executed. If any problem occurred at runtime, exception occurs. Control jumps to catch block. Writing, if connection is not established, null will be there, okay. But the condition is not executed. Control directly comes to catch. Control directly comes to catch block. That's what if connection not established. Okay. But even writing this two lines are successful. Problem occurred, control jumps to if condition is no use. One more thing, further we are not to use this C. This connection we are good task. That's this is also you can remove. I am not receiving. Wait. It is not returning. Method is returning. Method is returning, but I am not receiving. Not valid. If you try to receive, not valid. You are going to bus standing. You are going to receive. You are not. You'll find out your address. You'll come out. You'll come to no one is coming. Will you go to receive? Like that. Like that. No one not returning. Your error comes. Okay. This class programming also. It to analyze required. If you don't want, you can omit. Okay. Now this is and Oracle database by using type 2 driver. Program to Adv Java and Oracle database by using type the program. Any question you should be able to give answer. Then only you will reach your target. Program to establish a communication and driver. Type driver outdated. The driver is removed from JDK for that program I didn't explain. Directly driver. So one programs every yourself you can write. Same style. No logic, nothing. Only library. Advanced Java very simple. And Advanced Java very interesting. But Core Java only important. Always remember, Core Java only most important. Core Java only is it over? Online students, end of the session and clarify your doubts. See, 1-2 programs, the library, if you understand, further program every day same will be there. No change. 1-2 JDBC word in-depth program you can write. There 1-2 programs, if you understand program, you can write. Again, one listener, if you learn, any listener you can write. One filter programming because advanced will. That's what these 1-2 programs to learn word by word. Okay. Is it once again I'll repeat because all people not Later, not very simple. That's what. I'll ask question. Give without class, can we develop application? So first, what you write? Without main method. Oh, main method we have to write. What we have to write? Public static void main strings. It is a common program. Now, step loading a driver. For loading a driver, which method required? For name method. For accessible, how do you public? For name method, instance method or class method? Class method. How do you know? Static. How many ways to access class method? For those? How many ways? Type JDBC driver class. What is the driver claim? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot driver. Will it throw exception? Exception. Class not found. Exception. If we don't, how much to handle for those? Try catch block or throws. Now, if you try anyone, suppose try catch. Try catch. Class not found exception. Class not found exception in E. Here system dot error dot println E. So it is error is you have to write error. Normal output message out you have to write. Error message error you have to write. Okay. Now it is class not found exception. This is now second step, establishing a connection. For that, which method required? Get connection. Get connection method, is it accessible? How do you know? Public. Is it instance method or class method? Class method. What is the written type of that method? Connection. Connection interface. Driver manager class. These two available in which package? Is it required to import? What, right? What is the meaning of star? All classes and all interfaces. Okay. Now return type of get connection method. Connection. Con equal to get connection method, instance method or class method. How to access? By using class name. What we have to write? Driver manager dot get connection. How many parameters? Which type? That's what double quotes. What is first string? URL. What is the URL? JDBC colon Oracle colon OCA 8 colon at service ID. Next password. Okay. Will it throw exception? Which one? SQL exception. Will it handle exception? Suppose I want to handle class not found exception, SQL exception. Then what you are write? Exception. Will it handle? Yes, it will handle all exception. But we have one more option also. Multiple catch blocks you can write, or handling multiple exception with single catch block also possible. Pipe symbol SQL exception. Like this also you can write, no? Java 7 feature. Handling multiple exceptions with single catch block. Handling multiple exception with single catch block different. Multi catch is different. More than one catch block different. Okay. This is also possible. And this one also you can write. Otherwise that one also you can write. Both are valid. Okay. Here further to class methods. That is the reason we can remove this. We commit. But further to perform the task, connection reference required. That is reason I am maintaining this connection. Okay. If these two lines are executed successfully, next line execute. That is the reason system.out.println connection established successfully. Okay, connection established success. This is program. Okay, now here can I write ER? If I write like this, works or not? It will work. Here can I write? We can write. These all you studied in core Java class. Out also you can write ERR also you can. What's it? Suppose system.out println welcome. If I compile this program, will it compile or will it execute? Say here Java C demo.java Java demo. Any difference is there? Any difference is there? Now you observe here out, here ERR. Now out can be redirected, error cannot be redirected. See, if I write like this, it is redirected. Now, see what is happened? Hello not printed, no? Hello not printed, but where is hello? Redirected to file. So whatever I written with out, that can be redirected to a file. If I open that file, hello will be there. This is the difference. Like whatever you are getting output, is it temporarily stored in the RAM or permanently stored in the hard disk? This output temporarily stored in the RAM or temporarily stored in the RAM. If you want to store permanently, use this type. But error message required to store. Oh, that's the out while printing outputs use out only. While writing error message use ERR only. But if I use what will happen, you will real time difference comes. Present will happen, you will execute like this always. In real time, this type also will execute. That is the reason required. This is type 2 driver you studied program. Okay. 2 driver architecture, driver advanced type 2 driver disorders. So many are now. Node type 2 driver vendor Oracle Corporation. It converts calls. Up to drivers, little
Recording in
Oracle Corporation type 2 driver functionality. It converts Java call into native. Already given. Driver developed in which language? C, C++, native language. It converts into native calls. Then only database can understand. Okay. Type 2 driver architecture. Type 2 architecture. Type architecture. I'll give architecture. No done. Application code. Type 2 driver. JDBC native API driver. Type 1 driver architecture you have seen. It is type 2 driver architecture. Database. Type 2 driver architecture. So between Java application and database in type 1 driver architecture, what was there? ODBC. But here native libraries, only library is there. So which one is fast, type 1 or type 2? Type 2 fast. The advantage, disadvantage, I'll discuss tomorrow. Just only diagram write it. Advantage, disadvantage, I'll discuss tomorrow. I'll explain program tomorrow. That program in a system, live execution, I'll show you. Tomorrow I'll see condition. Online student, just wait 2 minutes, I'll clarify your doubts.